Hey everyone, Caroline here. This past weekend was a beautiful moment that I had. Sunday morning, I got up early like I do and made my coffee like I do. I've got a ton of fur babies that are like ready to go. and but instead of them just doing their own thing in the backyard or going on our walk or coming down to my temple space down at the lower floor of my house, we went outside and we tended to some things that needed to be burned. So we started the first fire of the season. And, it was really in that moment of sitting out there. I had my dogs were playing and I even brought my cats out in their harness and leash so they can be in the backyard that's pretty large safely. And I call it their swimmies. So my cats had their swimmies on and we lit the fires and tended to the fire and got to burn some prayers from the past that needed to be burned and to give thanks for the blessings that we've received this past seasons. And it was such a moment of clarity for me because as it is in our modern world, even when it's like you walk the path of the witch, when you walk the path of the first shaman, it's easy to forget. And here in western North Carolina in the mountains, there's definitely been the hints of fall, of autumn, of Mabon coming, but this weekend was really the first one where I let myself let go and to really let the out breath take over instead of like the list to do. So last Sunday, we just spent hours tending to the sacred fire and just being with the shift that we can feel is happening in the season and paying attention to what birds are still around, paying attention to just the shift of the wind. And, as we are all invited to take pause at this time, at the time of this recording, autumn equinox is a few days away, and that place of taking stock of what have we gained, what have we lost in this last season. It's such an important time to reflect, to allow ourselves to harvest the medicine that we have carried. What fires have you had to walk through this past season and beyond? And also, what are the things that really it's time to celebrate as we turn our gaze from um, mm, the outward busyness of summer, the intense heat, the long days that keep that action, keep the turning outward going, right? And so this is the first invitation that we're going to keep going deeper and deeper and deeper as we go through the equinox to Samhain to the winter solstice, of turning our gaze inward, to being able to rest in the dark night, to be able to let our systems, let our bodies just exhale and restore. But before we're really at that place, we are at the harvest, we are at the reckoning, we're at the reflection time. So this is such an important time to align ourselves with the natural rhythms of the sacred earth. And as a medicine woman, as a witch, as a healer, there's these pathways and these portals that when we can align, there's so much more memory, there's so much more wisdom that gets unlocked within our bodies, that gets unlocked within our minds and our hearts and our memories of, this isn't just some new or some other, skill to develop. Your ancestors knew how to align. They just didn't know how. They lived that. It was necessary for survival. It was necessary for the way of life, like in your blood and bones, whatever lineage that you come from. Even if you have to go so far back, it's in there. And so these cross quarter days, the equinoxes, the solstices, they're all such an important pause moment. And it's hard. It's hard in modern society. And, are we noticing a little bit if we spend so much of our days inside or on computers that, what time is the sun setting now? How is it different than a month ago? And it's just because the days are going to keep getting shorter and shorter after we pass this pause moment. So, right, the equinox of balance, that equal offering to the light as much as to the dark. It's the day, it's the night, it's the equality of giving, of receiving. And so, what are those medicine pieces for you? Have you been over giving? Have you been over receiving? And now it's time to offer, to let yourself give of your gifts. So it's a really important time to take stock so you can really let the tapestry of your being become more colorful. It's like that. The more we can allow these different archetypes to have their way with us, and the more that we can align with the natural cycles of the earth, the more rich our life becomes, the more nuanced and colorful and complex is our psyche, as well as at the other paradox of it, as well as the simplicity. And so we get to really invite these different invitations, or we get to invite the places that really are ready to transform us, that are ready to alchemize the places within us. And it's a time of really getting clear on who and what you are wanting to embody. And the more that you can walk in integrity, the beauty way, the more you can walk in integrity with this time of reflection, with this time of harvest, the more that life itself, the more that the nature beings that you're connected to, the more that your ancestors that really want to help and come and offer the gifts to your life will have space to do that. And so, this is such a beautiful time to let go and to receive. So this is, it's one of my favorite times because being an introvert myself, I love the idea of going inward and being able to take time to be alone, to take those walks in the woods with you and your dog, or just you, and really see, like, where has your energy been these last many months, and where do you want to reset? Where do you want to restore your life force so you can have what it takes to meet the dark night with the courage, with the openness and surrender that it requires? So, my loves, we are going to go into a short guided experience to invite more of the energy of the autumn equinox into your cells, your body, your energy system, as well as the your inner witch. So, as always, you're going to take a moment to get comfy. And so, as always, begin by being aware of your breath. Being aware of where you might need to let the breath coax, replenish, restore, and let go. Saying hello to the sacred earth beneath you. Saying hello to your grounding cord. deepen. As you exhale, become heavier in your seat. Gravity do its job. Taking a moment to reflect on this past season. We are completing the summer and high summer, late summer seasons here in the Northern Hemisphere. What did you do? Where did you go? What was happening on your external world? Just notice if any memories create sensations in your body. And now tuning into what was happening in the interior realm. Were there any big aha moments that you really want to savor, truly harvest into your being? Were there things that triggered you, that were hard, that you might not be quite reconciled with yet? Could be in relationship to others, or your own inquiry of where your soul is leading you next. Just taking stock. As we move into next turn on the wheel of the year, what do you want to compost? What's ready to be laid down at the altar or offered to the sacred fire before coming into this autumn equinox on September 22nd, 23rd? What are perhaps some habits or beliefs that you know are starting to cause more harm in your life than offering goodness? And you know it's time to tend to them. See what parts of self need extra care so that you can truly sit in the seat of your throne of queen, of witch, the wise one, the sage, all these different archetypal energies that are becoming more and more available during this time of the year. And as you're tuning into the celebratory awakenings, as well as to what wants to be composted, is there anywhere in your body that lights up in relationship to these? You might feel a pull at the base of your spine or deep right into the pit of your belly. Maybe your heart feels a little bit lifted and lighter, or something that you transmuted this summer. Simply notice what you notice. And then breathe into those places of sensation in the body. Imagine yourself sitting in front of a fire. You're outside, dusk. You had to go get a jacket or sweatshirt. It's that in between of cool and cold. Feeling the heat of the fire in front of you. What are the flames like? Just let your gaze be mesmerized as they dance in harmony with just the amount of the perfect amount of wind. And there's a chair on the other side of you, the other side of the fire. The guardian, the gatekeeper of the autumn equinox, begins to take shape as you look through the flames into this being. You might sense a color, might get personified as a person. The energy, the gatekeeper of the autumn equinox, as your ally. Perhaps it's a well one, a well ancestor. Just allowing yourself to commune with the energy of the autumn equinox, Mabon. What do you want to tell her? What does she have to offer? Or perhaps you'll just sit in silence. Feel complete with this interaction, feeling more familiar with this sacred holy day and its energy. Another chair appears around this sacred fire. You notice a light hovering above the seat of this chair as it starts to grow and take shape as the inner witch, the inner wise one, being who walks so well between the worlds. The one who's been so misunderstood for eons, persecuted. This is your inner witch. So taking the time to get to know this powerful archetypal energy that lives within you. What would you like to offer her? And what is she offering you? Just stay present. When the mind wanders, bring it back to your awareness of your breath. How can you integrate she who's from the realm of mystery and magic more into your life? What's the medicine of her for you at this time? In these last few moments, wrapping up the conversation, the interaction, maybe offering her a gift, as well as offering the gatekeeper of autumn, Mabon. As they both return from which they came to that realm of darkness, of mystery, of magic, you find yourself staring back into that sacred fire, feeling the warmth of the flames, noticing that it's gotten darker all around you, but you feel safe and held. Taking these last few moments, giving thanks for all that you received these past couple seasons, all the gifts, all the sweetness and connection, the warmth of summer. And then taking a moment to claim for yourself how you want to show up. How does dignity want to show up in your life as you meet this next chance to reflect all that it has to offer. And taking your time, letting all of that settle into your chest, into your sacred heart, breathing in the front of the heart and the back of the heart, coming all the way back. Feeling the weight of your body on the chair. Saying hello to the sacred earth beneath you. Feeling your crown reaching up towards the heavens. Feeling yourself return completely. When you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes and return back fully to this realm as my magic kitty comes to visit us at the end. So, my dears, enjoy this high holy day, enjoy this high holy portal as we get to celebrate and we get to let go and we get to take stock and let the seasons process us. We don't have to process the seasons. They have their own magic that's been happening since the beginning of time. And if you find this helpful, definitely please pass it along to your friends if you haven't already. Subscribe, and I'll be seeing you next video. All right, take care.